Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the promo on a Tuesday night this week for Series 3, Episode 4 of The Masked Cricketer. You'll start this week to hashtag Ask the Mask. After last week's double issue, if you like, double whammy with one overseas Australian and one homegrown player in Merv Hughes and Steve Harmison. Great episodes. If you haven't watched them, please go back to our YouTube channel, which is scrolling down the bottom there. YouTube.com/C/The Masked Cricketer. You can find all our old episodes on there, but certainly last week's double Merv Hughes and Steve Harmison. They're well worth it for different reasons. Lots of poignant things from Harmy and lots of entertainment along the way. So we do thank them both for spending quite a long time with us, especially when they had other things to do afterwards. You know, especially Harmy. He had a Talk Sport radio show to do at 9 o'clock, and we kept it until about 20 to 9. So fair play to Harmy last week, and we really thank him for the time and effort he shared with us, which was superb. First thing, hot off the press, I'm going to have to share this because, I'm quite proud and quite pleased with this. And it is congratulations to my son and daughter-in-law on the news that they're expecting their first child late August, early September. So I am now officially going to be called Grandad. I've been called a lot worse. I've been called Grandad in a football team and a cricket team, so it's no biggie there. But now I can have the official status as Grandad.
Old git,
miserable so and so. I've probably earned that right, but I am ecstatic, to be honest, to announce that news today. So I'm very giddy about that, guys, as you might be aware. So we hope all's well and things go swimmingly through the next few months through the pregnancy. So thank you for making my week or year some good news in lockdown, which we all need from time to time. So that was good. K-Dog, welcome. How are you?
Hello. I'm all right. I think that can probably rule Matt out for any summer cricket. Then I'm guessing not.
No.
not only while he's waiting, but when he's changing some nappies and stuff at the back end of the summer as well. So he'll be teaching you how to do that, by the way. You'll have to learn how to change a nappy pretty sharpish. You probably haven't done it for a while, have you? Apart from your own, of course.
I haven't done it for about 20 years, but, you don't lose that.
No,
it's a skill, It's like riding a bike. You get back on it.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, congratulations, Woodsy. That's brilliant news. Really good. And congratulations, Matt and Emma, as well. That's a really nice way to start the week. Hello, welcome to our promo for Series 3, Episode 4. Episode 4 of The Masked Cricketer. Yeah, we had 2 last week, didn't we? Back to back. We pretty much ran out of voice, I think, by the end of Thursday. 2 great episodes, though, weren't they? Merv Hughes on the Wednesday. We weren't bluffing, you see. You thought we might have been bluffing at a 10 o'clock start, but we weren't bluffing, and had some great feedback, actually, from both shows. And we had some lovely photographs sent through from when Merv visited the UK a couple of years back, and he actually visited Oxford Downs, actually. So you had that ready on tap, didn't you?
I did.
Brilliant stuff. And no, he was great value, and interesting that he was a fisherman, because he's promised that next time he's over here, he might take me out on a boat with him and do some fishing. So that'll be really good. And Harmy on Thursday, another completely different angle. Yes, we talked about obviously the Ashes and his fantastic double Ashes win, but also some really poignant stuff as well about, and particularly in these times, in these sort of COVID times of mental health and the issues he went through, and very candid. And massive thank you to both Merv Hughes and to Steve Harmison. I can't believe we're saying these names, Daryl, every week. It really is ridiculous, isn't it? From where we were to where we are now. I'm not saying that George Tate wasn't a superstar. Of course he was, but Merv Hughes, Steve Harmison. Who else have we got to come? Surely we're starting to run out now, aren't we? We must be starting to run out of superstars, but no, I don't think we are. We have, I think it's 6 episodes to go between now and April Fool's Day. Hopefully, you're going to really enjoy the remaining 6. What we're doing it for? We're doing it, of course, to raise awareness and hopefully a few bits of funds for the Lord's Taverners, supporting, among other causes, Oxfordshire Disability Cricket. I saw a little Facebook post of our little mascot Crew today, who was back out with the horses, which was fantastic to see. So, Kelly, I hope Crew is doing really well. We also saw a cracking little post this week, didn't we, of George Hiley doing his stuff, and his mum talking very proudly about George. We're really proud of you, George. We're really proud of Damon. We're very proud of Crew. And this is what we're doing it all for. Not for us, not for any sort of other reason, but to raise awareness of what the Lord's Taverners do. And hopefully we'll have some more donations coming through over the coming weeks. I've set my stall out a little bit on social media this week. I suggested that a certain Moeen Ali wouldn't make double figures. I said to Megas on Twitter that if Moeen Ali gets to 10, I will ride. I said naked, but I think that would be a bit harsh on Banbury, so I might put some box shorts on. I would ride a white horse to Banbury Cross, and I thought it was a bit of a throwaway, tongue-in-cheek mark, but Martin Edwards has managed to locate a white horse. Megas has basically tweeted it everywhere, and I've set a bit of a rod for my own back. So if I'm going to do something like that, I won't go naked. I won't go commando, because that would be very, very bad. But I have ridden a horse before, actually, when I was about 5. So maybe that's my challenge.
Back, is it? That's not
Sorry?
bareback. That's not bareback.
No.
Okay.
It was a white horse, though, I must admit. So maybe that's my challenge now, because I'm happy to try to do the half marathon in October if it goes ahead. But perhaps riding a horse to Banbury Cross for charity. I don't know. Maybe that's my challenge. But no, it's a bit of a disappointing test match, wasn't it? But I think I genuinely think that the toss was absolutely critical in this one, and I think that I don't want to sound too negative, because I normally am, but I genuinely think that as soon as the toss was won, I think the game was won, to be honest. And that's possibly a bit silly to say that, but that's my opinion, and that's why we love cricket, because we all have opinions. Anyway, back to what we're doing this week. So the Masked Cricketer episode 4 on Thursday. Who have we got this week? You will find out very, very soon. Big thank you, as ever, to our supporters and our sponsor, Grape Minds, Graham Woodward, who has been fantastic throughout all these series, and he will provide, once again, a prize for the first correct guess. Last week, we had 2 winners, didn't we? We had one on Wednesday, one on Thursday, and we will be getting the bottles of wine winging their way over to you both. Richard Whittaker, I think, was Thursday. I can't recall who Wednesday's was, but it will probably come back to me at some stage. Rather stupidly, that was it. It was Mark Neal. Of course, it was Mark Neal. Yeah, absolutely. From Oxford City FC. The week before, rather pointlessly, it was Wes Spearman, who doesn't drink. So I think he's going to be handing that over to Dan Norcross at some point. So that's good. So again, massive thank you, Graham. Really appreciate your help, and we're looking forward to another one this week. Who have we got, Daryl? Who have we got this week? Will it be another ex-England player? Will it be another overseas player? Who knows? You'll have to come in on Thursday to find out. As Daryl said, I'm going to try and do this right. Oh, there it is down there. There's my camera. Visit the YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/c/The Masked Cricketer. And please do subscribe. We are slowly getting our subscriptions up now, which is good to see. It is a relatively new channel. And please do subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll not miss any of our shows. That's pretty much all I have on this, Daryl, really. We are being asked by a few people what we think of the test match. I'm sure you've got your own opinions. As we're not doing a pundits panel this week, we can have a very brief discussion about that. But disappointing. I thought that we didn't bat very well. The pitch wasn't great, but at the end of the day, it was the same for both sides. And India showed that you can bat on it if you apply yourself, didn't they?
It was quite interesting listening to Alex Stewart today, saying how Folkes had prepared himself back in this country against a turning ball. Made sure that he had mats in front of him, both full keeping and batting, how to play a turning ball. And he obviously played it quite well in the first innings. Okay, didn't quite come off in the second, but I think he played it reasonably well and shows what we could have done on the surface. And obviously he prepared himself quite well. You wonder whether other players had done the same. I'm sure they would. They should be. I've got an issue because they know that at some point in India they're going to be on those sort of wickets. So we need to be prepared. We need to do our practice in that sort of condition. But again, it was the first time a crowd's been in for 10 months. So the atmosphere again there possibly helped the Indian attack. Who knows? But I think we could have been a bit more prepared. I think we should have played Dom Bess. If you look at how much overs Broad, who I thought bowled actually quite well in the second innings without much luck, I would have played 3 spinners. I think Bess would have been in, and I think he would have done a job actually, because you only needed to land it in a reasonable area, and the pitch was doing it for you. I'm disappointed, I think, in the first innings where we didn't land too many balls. But you're asking a guy that hasn't played for 12 months to come on and bowl 30 overs, and the pressure's on you. So, okay, there is an argument to say he shouldn't be there because he turned his back, and he's turning his back again. But you just don't know what's going on. These mental health issues that these players have, it is quite difficult. It's tough, isn't it? Especially, look, we talked about quarantine and being in a bubble. It cannot be easy. We know what it's like being in the house for the last 6 weeks and not doing much. So, I can sort of empathise, I think, on that for sure. That said, I still go back to the first test where we gifted 6 wickets to Ashwin. His confidence was high after getting a 6-for. I don't think we should have allowed him to have done that. He would have still bowled well in this test match for sure, but he wouldn't have had that 6-for at the back of it, So again, I think we were a little bit too soft in that respect. I'm probably being a little bit more critical than I have done normally. I'm normally pretty upbeat about an England performance, but I think there's just 1 or 2 things that we could have done slightly better. I don't think the change of personnel would have made a great deal of difference to the end result at the end of the day. I think we'd have lost. One thing I didn't come in on, Kieran, when you were talking about having the 2 legends that we had on last week, going back to George Tate being our first one. Don't forget, you can hear all those podcasts up to episode 9 now from series 1 of our podcasts for everything. They're still there on YouTube. In effect, when you go onto Spotify or iTunes, if you read the bio, it actually tells you where the YouTube clip is as well. You can just click on that as well if you wanted to. So you've got a double whammy there, basically. I mean, people are coming in. James Bracey should be in. I'm not sure. I mean, Ben Folkes was a bit classy, I have to say. He probably is the number 1 keeper, I would say, in English cricket. I think he should be there, and I do rate his batting. I think he's good. I think he's consistent. He's probably more consistent than Buttler. Butler's got the X factor and win you a game. Folkes might not, but that's the difference. That's where you weigh it up. Again, Alex Stewart today said, the tour that he and Richard Blakely went on, and they didn't take Jack Russell. He's absolutely convinced in India they should have taken Jack Russell. Have a specialist keeper in those conditions, and I think that's right. I think pitch was fine. I'm not sure. I mean, I'd be disappointed if we, supplied a pitch like that, really.
Yeah, but it's no different to providing a green seamer in England in May, is it? So I don't think you can argue too much about that. It was the same for both sides, Daryl. Yes, it turned from day one, but I'm sorry, I'm not having that. And as Wes has quite rightly pointed out on Twitter, the pitch was actually okay. It was the fact that England didn't bat well. So I think I agree with. It's not very often I agree with Wes, but I agree with that. I think that's probably fair enough. England batted very badly, actually. And you look at some of the shots they played, there were some shocking shots again. And it's almost like maybe a bit of overconfidence. I don't think, and I maintain this, they did stack the cards against them by playing a weaker side, but it wouldn't have made any difference. I don't discount that at all. It would have made no difference at all. But you don't stack the cards against you when you're up against it anyway, and that's exactly what they did. And who knows what might have happened had England batted first. It could have been a completely different result and a completely different outcome. What I will say, and this is me being positive for a change, with the fact there's 8 or 9 days until the next game, which happens to be a day-nighter, it's useful that it's not a back-to-back game, and England aren't going to, they can sort of think about what's gone wrong, and they've actually got 7 or 8 days to perhaps put things right. I would have feared the worst if they'd have had another game starting in 2 or 3 days' time, but they've now got a bit of time to take stock, go on up to Ahmedabad, day-night. It's not Manchester. All those people that are saying it's a day-night match and Anderson and Braun will come into their own, yeah, they might do, but this isn't Manchester. This is Ahmedabad in the dry season, so don't read too much into the fact that it's a day-nighter, but hopefully, I've seen the squad that they've named today. It looks a lot more balanced. I think Crawley may well come back. I think Bairstow is going to be back as well, and he was in pretty good form, wasn't he, in Sri Lanka? And he can play spin. Hopefully, Archer might be back in the mix as well. And it looks like it'll be a better balanced side, and we'll just have to wait and see what the 11 are that take the part. But if England win the toss, I'm going to say it now. If England win the toss, I would back them to win the game. And if they go 2-1 up, of course, they can't lose the series. And that's not a negative. It might end up being 2-2. But if they go 2-1 up, they can't lose the series. They'll retain the trophy. Okay, they won't qualify for the World Test Championship final. They need to win 3 to do that. But to get a 2-2 draw in India would be an outstanding achievement.
If you look at the stats of, in India at home, very rarely lose a series at home. So, I mean, to win a game as comfortably as we've done already, brilliant. And I think Bairstow will come in for that game. I actually think he'll be good under lights as well. He's good against spin, as we said. I think Lawrence looked a little bit. I mean, he was trying his best, bless him, in that second innings, but he did look a little bit out of his depth, if we're honest, against quality spin bowlers. Yeah, I mean, Pundits panel will return. We will return for the day-nighter. We'll definitely be back on your screens for the Pundits panel, because that's the chaps who put pun into pundit. We will be back at some point during or after the day-night test for sure, and we can talk about both test matches and the differences between. So
and we've proved, haven't we, we can do 2 shows in a week from last week, so there's no reason why we can't. Maybe we'll get a different guest on, as well as obviously Megas will be here, because Megas is Megas, but perhaps we'll get another guest on.
We'll get another guest on, and we might go later, because we seem to get more people watching when we go a little bit later, so we might go a little bit later on the Pundits panel. We shall see. But there's not much more to say, is there, for today?
No, other than to say the episode on Thursday is back to its normal time, 7:00 on Thursday. We haven't mentioned it yet, but it's scrolling on the bottom of the screen. We've mentioned the YouTube channel, but if you can donate anything, be it £1 or £2, please do so on visiting Just Giving page and search for the Masked Cricketer. We are over £3,000, which is great. The fundraising has dried up a little bit lately, but that's totally understandable in these times. But if we could raise a few pounds along the way, more importantly, raise awareness of the Lord's Taverners, that is absolutely fantastic. And guaranteed that Thursday, I think they've all been pretty good, haven't they? No matter who we've had on, whether it's been an Australian legend, whether it's been a commentary legend, Aggers and Daggers and Dan Norcross and Henry Moran, whoever we've had on, it's always been a slightly different angle. It's been fantastic. So hopefully Thursday will be the same. And I have to say, and you'll vouch for this, Darryl, we've got some other serious names lined up between now and April. Some really well-known names, and we will hope to continue to entertain you through lockdown. Fingers crossed, we might get some news on lockdown, maybe slowly being eased. Are we going to get back to cricket this summer? I hope so, and I'm sure everybody does. We want to be back for the 31st of May, don't we? We want our charity game to go ahead with a crowd. That'd be wonderful, wouldn't it?
That would be superb. Yeah, absolutely. No restrictions. That would be good. I don't think it will be quite like that on the 31st of May. I think there will be restrictions, but I'm sure we can do at least what we did last time round. So, which was pretty good. So,
sorry, I'm just laughing at Wes Spearman. We disagree quite a lot, Darryl, and he doesn't want to see Bairstow back in the side, but I think we do. So,
I just think we probably will have him.
I think Johnny Bairstow for Wes is the same as Moeen Ali for me. He doesn't rate him, but there you go.
Well, I'm trying to think who else would come in and make a difference, and I can't think of anybody. So that's probably as good as anything.
I could fly Wes Spearman out there. To be honest, he could do a good job.
Well, he'd probably land the ball more than. No, actually, that was a silly statement, wasn't it?
He plays for monster level. Of course he won't.
Oh yeah, of course he does. Yeah, you can say that now, by the way.
I know, terrible, isn't it?
Yeah, good stuff. Guys, I think we're going to wrap up tonight, but I'm buffering again, so who knows whether my technology will work tomorrow. It
won't work tomorrow because it's Thursday we're doing it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, Kieran. Let's hope it doesn't work tomorrow and it works Thursday then. So that will be good. So please join us on Thursday, not tomorrow, Thursday at 7:00, where it's your chance to hashtag Ask the Mask on hashtag TMC. So TMC. Thanks, Dan. Good night. Stay safe, and we'll see you Thursday.